Episode 2. Continuing on hard mode, although it would be ill-advised, I'd say. Only have one bullet, enough to shoot a barrel and potentially kill one of the, I guess, smaller foes. There were only some slow-moving zombie-type enemies around when I was outside in the main area, but I imagine there are more terrifying enemies further in. Not even sure a barrel will kill some of the more harder enemies. Before I can worry about that though, I actually have to figure out how to get past that ferry. There was a key code in this room, right? Something about that in the notes. Quickest way to Tolman's office is through the ferry pond area, right? Problem is, I forgot how to get the stupid tree fairy to move out of the way. I guess I need a code for the keypad, and then what? I'm sure it was written down somewhere. Maybe in Crow's Lounge. Only thing we found about the ferry was here? Which we have to say to the ferry. I'm not sure how that would translate to a code. Hear me, O great fairy of fairest forest. Pretty much nothing in there could translate to a number as far as I can tell, except for maybe O, but there's no 0 on the keypad anyway. Don't see anywhere else the code would be written down. 1988. That's too obscure, I think. Just throwing random numbers, just in case. Probably shouldn't do that, though. Don't think there are any enemies in this hallway anymore. After the spiders disappeared, I think I'm safe. Here's where it gets hard, though. God. And those tiny things, too. Does running attract attention? Doesn't seem like anything different. Of course, it is very clear when they notice me. Its pathing is strange. If one bullet was enough to kill these things, I could end it right now. But there's probably a small chance of decapitation. Not very substantial. Not enough to waste an entire bullet. Not right now, anyway. And respawn appears to be the same when I exit and re-enter. This game is short by all means, or by everything that I could find online, reporting how long the game is. But if I keep playing like this, I'm sure I'm going to double the length, maybe even triple it. That bear trap might just be a prompt. Oh, did I run past the ferry? Cool. It's not a prop. I'm so glad. Is it dead? Pool of blood. A clear indication of things dying. I think that's a Resident Evil thing. Maybe. I don't think this will work, but just to check. There's a voice thing up top. I guess I could read it in your voice. But it doesn't seem like we have the option to talk to it. Wait. The enemies don't appear to be moving right now, even though they're animated. That's good to know when investigating things. What's this? Arthur wrote this. Tree Lady 3184. Okay. Was this note supposed to be in the break room or something? That's what the other note said, right? Or I guess the note that was pointing towards the break room was referring to the voice command? Wait. This is pointless. I don't need to check this, but I have the code now, so there's no need for me to go back and do this, but I guess I need a code for the keypad, and then what? I see. I was misunderstanding. This is a two-step process. Two-factor. You need to enter the key code, and then you enter the voice command. And the key code is not indicated in this note. This note is indicating the second step, which is written in Crow's Lounge, which is voice command. There's my confusion. Well, I'm glad I solved that. It only took way longer than I needed to. I hope running back and forth like that didn't make me forget the number. 2184, right? The enemies spawn in the same location, but they get different models, which is interesting. Some of these look harder to shoot than the others. I remember a previous one had a humongous head. Oh. It is paused, yes. 3184. Nope. That other guy's still dead from the bear trap, yeah? The bear trap seems to be gone. I think it was here previously. No enemies in this room yet. Quick camera turn method. Simply turn, then point your gun. Faster than spinning the camera. She turned around. I'm always nervous about those enemies. I was just reading about this. Talk to her. Okay, they actually make you remember. Hear me, fairest forest, and it was a great fairy. Hear me, O great fairy of fairest forest. Welcome, child. Will you protect our precious natural world? I will. Follow me. Gladly. Climb on through. Oh. Here's a pond. There was a key in here, right? Like in the water or something? What's this triangle? It's a curtain. I think there's something behind it. Move it. Okay. Read the gameplay tips posted on walls around Crow Country. In every save room there's a magazine containing all the gameplay tips you've read so far. Funny that they put this here after the save room. Well, I guess that's intentional. An engraved message. Those who seek the truth, stare into the pure reflective water of our fairy pond. It's a pool of water. It's filthy. I guess we have to clean it up. Pump mechanism. There's a dial and a lever. I'm poisoned. Ventilator override. Okay. Maybe I should have examined the room a little bit more before pulling any random levers. Right, as soon as possible, take the antidote. That's what I was instructed. That's a little bit rude. Poisoning me with a puzzle. That's not outside the realm of possibility, but still. I was only thinking of the poison as a anti-enemy item. I guess they gave me one right here. Learning lessons, or lessons learned. Alright. Any new room we enter, when we're not hounded by enemies. Let's get a good look of the land, lay of the land, before we touch anything, or commit to anything. I wasn't expecting this door to close on me. I was really trying to dash on out of here. So, the guy who fixed the water filter did it by running it through the air ventilation system. If you run the filter pump, behind the curtain, with the incorrect pressure, too high or too low, it'll trigger the ventilator. Be careful. You can tighten up the pressure using the valve handle. Great! How embarrassing for me. It's fine. I'm literally fine. It's fine. I see. Switching between those menus with right bumper. Good to know. Tighten it. I'm afraid of over-tightening it. Alright. Hey, it's draining. You can't fool me with that. Pure and clear. A pool of water. It's a reflecting pool. Well, I have an idea of what you want me to do. But should I shoot the reflection or the real world? And I only have one bullet. Assuming I have to use bullets for puzzles. That's a little bit rude. Don't see anything else with any other camera angles. Those who seek the truth, stare into the pure reflective water of our fairy pond. So, the truth that we see in the fairy pond is that there is a target. So if we're seeking the truth, then the truth would be in the real world, yes? We'll do it. It sways the aim. That was our last bullet, and I used it for a puzzle. It's the fairy from the tree. She's holding a key. I was hoping to use that on, I don't know, an explosive barrel or something. I haven't really explored this central area that much recently. There could be a bunch of enemies over there. I know the bronze key opens up either the left or the right door near the toilet here. Pretty sure it was the left one. Maybe the right one. It also probably opens up the tiny house through the mailbox, since I was also bronze. Where does this go? We are off the map. Did something move? Did that wall move? Watch out for metal bear traps laying on the ground. Yes, I noticed. You can set them off from a safe distance with a single handgun bullet. Well, that's good for turning them off, but I want them to kill the enemies. Shotgun ammo for the shotgun I don't have yet. There's a panel in the wall. Ah! It's a model of a crow. With robot parts? Alright, we're not committing to anything. Read the note. The very last time I went to the theater with Ophelia, we saw an action movie about a cybernetic man from the future. I didn't really get it, but she loved it. She wouldn't stop talking about it. I got to work designing this cyborg crow, since I thought she'd like it. I was going to propose it to Edward as a new themed area of the park. After I lost Ophelia, I shelved the project. I won't look closer just yet. We're gonna look around the room just a little bit more. Desperate times? Wow. Interesting. This tells me a few things. It seems like these trash cans are strategically placed in order to give you ammo. I was only investigating them, assuming that there might be a single trash can that's different from the rest that might actually have something. But it looks like, because we were so desperate for ammo, we're going to actually reach into the trash and grab some. Which actually solves the problem of not having enough ammo for puzzles or whatever. I'm tempted to shoot this box. Try to learn if it opens up any rewards. I will try it one time. And this will also serve as an experiment to see if the trash gives me more ammo. Okay. Boxes contain things. That shouldn't be a surprise. Trash cans only give one ammo. If we're desperate. Who took the Ocean Kingdom restaurant Trident? That thing is expensive. And without it, we can't do the Happy Birthday Sea Monster song. Someone said they saw it in the Witchwood. I'd go check, but that place gives me the creeps, honestly. It's a wall. I can hear something behind it. I guess that's just tape on the wall. Fire extinguisher. Nothing on fire. This probably explodes, right? It's physical, at least. Okay, we'll take a look. Look closer. I think the eye is made from a laser sight. Magnum laser? A secret? I didn't know there were secrets in this game, or rather, that secrets were collectible. I'll have to add that on my notes of things to do for this game. I already took the laser sight. It's an old bronze key, looks a little rusty, but it should still work, given to me by a fairy. Doesn't seem like the laser sight shows up here. Let's walk out. Great. I'm so happy you spawned in my safe room. Full trash. Okay, we do get more bullets. If we leave and come back. I'm glad I tried that. Then we can probably safely say these are infinite ammo if we have 0 ammo. Not that great, but helpful. Where was the tip for that? This is a stupid thing to do. But just to test the limits of my abilities and get used to shooting enemies. Let's do this. Pretty cheesy, I know. And there's no point in doing this if we just run by the enemy. But I want to get used to shooting them in the head, train the muscle memory. Now the models are different every time I leave and re-enter. But hopefully it's still the same health pool. Also getting used to aiming the gun and reloading. As well as firing quickly. Not accurately though. How many times have I shot this guy? 4 times? 3 times in the head? Gonna have to aim a bit lower. Even if we aim too low, it'll at least hit the body if we don't hit the head. No, that was too high again. I always try to correct too high. Of course, if its health is regenerating every time I leave and come back, this is gonna go on forever. Until I get a lucky decapitation or something. This is unwatchable. I'm sure this is entirely unwatchable. But I would be too scared to play otherwise if I didn't have this kind of training for myself. I'm getting faster, not more accurate. I think it's been 6 or 7 shots now that have actually landed. I really doubt this thing would have survived that many shots. So it's probably respawning the house or something, or resetting it. I'll give it 3 more shots that actually land. You son of a bitch. Matrix. Didn't even notice me shooting at it. It was as if it was Ultra Instinct. Alright, one more. And then I'm done forever. One more that actually hits, please. I'm the worst. The crow over there is really perplexed by my behavior. I have no explanation for it. No excuses. Alright, we're done. I can probably safely say the health comes back if I leave. Which means I want to, if I commit any ammo to killing an enemy, avoid at all costs accidentally leaving a room, like the first time I encountered enemies. That may be why I ended up wasting a bunch of ammo the first time around. Alright, where are we going? Let's try saving. Well, if we always have 1 ammo, I would be remiss if I didn't try this once. You are dead, aren't you? Maybe it would have been best to save that for a more scary enemy that I can't run by. Ah, I missed this last time too. A large medkit. It contains an antidote too. I don't know how many conditions there are. Hopefully there's a tutorial for that, so I know which one is almost dead. Oh, I guess they did put this before the save menu, or the save room. I just missed it. Or I forgot about it. That's more likely. Trash can in here? Yes. I already know what the episode title is going to be. It was how much I've been using those trash cans. Oh. Well. That's funny. I guess I can't use the trash cans anymore. No more desperate measures. But I'll keep it in mind. If I'm actually going to have to fight a boss, I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Even with the quote-unquote practice I did against a stationary enemy that didn't know I was there. I imagine that if I die, then it would revert me to my last save. Ironically, now that I have ammo, I can't go around wasting ammo. And here we are. Good thing I'm not any taller. Roll through. Weird room. We're at the dig site. I'm afraid. A notebook. Tolman's Records, June 3rd, 1986. We hired a company to start excavating. It didn't go to plan. Problem 1, they spent too long setting up the site. Problem 2, there was already a paper trail forming. The whole point was to do this quickly and quietly. And then the deal breaker. They started asking questions about the roots. They wanted to know the full size and shape of the thing they were excavating. They wanted to know what it was made of. They wanted to know how long it had been there. No deal, obviously. They had to go. Is it always useful to spend one bullet for whatever comes out of these? When I shot one time, there was handgun bullets inside, so that was obviously a trade-up. If that was always the case, then it would always be useful, but other times there's a medkit inside. Does a medkit always outweigh the value of a single bullet? I guess it depends. If it's your last bullet, then you need that for explosives and whatnot. But otherwise, well, whatever. We'll do it. There's nothing. There was nothing inside it. Well, a staff memo. If you can't find the crank handle, it's because I borrowed it. I used it to hide that big egg-shaped ruby inside the haunted manor. Afterwards, I locked the crank handle in a safe in the southeast utility corridor. Egg-shaped ruby in the haunted manor, hidden by use of the crank. And then the crank was put in a safe in the southeast utility corridor. Probably that gray one, which is an unknown door. Did I not try it? It's a crane mechanism. Here's a wheel. I'm not done examining. A bucket, full of rocks. A mounted weapon? There's a valve on top. A metal tank. Smells like gasoline, but it's almost empty. I don't have any gasoline. A bucket full of rocks. Is there something inside this? Was that noise in game? I hope it was. Yeah, that was a game. Well, I'll never figure anything out if I never shoot it. What's that? A small tank of gasoline. It's a pipe valve. It's missing the handle. Gasoline is a consumable. Somehow we got a stack of 10. Empty bucket. Something in the bucket. The shotgun laser. A secret. That's our second secret, but surprisingly the laser on the handgun didn't count as a secret. I guess it wasn't really that hidden, but... Larger enemies have more health than smaller enemies. Consider this when making decisions about which ones to fight and which weapons to use. I wonder what's inside. Now then, there's a setup here. Turning that will probably raise this up. But there's something tugging on this. Something that will probably come up with the chain. I would say that's almost obvious. This is a mounted weapon, which I didn't recognize until I was told by this examine. And it uses gasoline, which I have, and it's pointed at the hole. I'll come back later. There's one more avenue I can at least explore, and if there's a shotgun behind that avenue, then I'll probably be more ready for whatever might come out of that hole. This is a bad idea. Nope, it was a good idea. How much was in there anyway? 8. Might always be 8. Alright. I'm considering shooting every box that I come across, just in case. We'll try to build a statistical sample of how many times it's useful and how many times it's not. Oh my god. What the hell is that? I'm not sure a single barrel will kill that thing. Only see the one so far. I'm not sure how far I can see. Bear trap. Bronze. That was pretty loud. Anyone else? What the hell? I don't like these clouds. Magazine. A lot of tips. Still missing 5. I'm not sure if these are chronological, so maybe I missed one. And 8. I feel like they're probably chronological. Wonder where I missed it. Yup, memos. Is this a save room? It is, the train room. Well, we have 12 bullets. Let's start wasting some. It's a grenade. How do I use grenades again? X, when aiming the gun. I was previously trying to turn on and off the flashlight while aiming the gun, to no avail. I shouldn't make that mistake again, lest I waste a very useful grenade. Little train gate. The Earl of Edgecombe, 1934. A fine steam engine, beautifully combining the Arabella and Bernadette design styles. We won't press any buttons yet, even in a save room. Another train gate. The Duke of Farnham, 1927. A handsome steam engine, stylishly combining the Arabella and Delilah design styles. Let's wrap up the train descriptions. Orion's Odyssey, 1935. Our grandest steam engine, elegantly combining all four design styles. During the war, it was used by the military to carry artillery. Portrait. Edward Crowe. The man himself, the trailblazer. Blazer. Tolman. The mole. The digger of the whole operation. I'm guessing there's more here than just a fun theme park, obviously, I guess, but these guys are probably the ones behind it. I was thinking it might be just a subset of them, but the entire operation might have been just for the digging. Douglas Pike, the builder. I think his name was attached to the new sections of the park. Maybe. Natalie Crowe, Autumn's child. Was she the one that reported the missing person? Or, no, that was someone else, I think. The computer systems in both the railway room and the dungeon now need security disk to access. Yes, I know it's inconvenient, but these are the new regulations. This computer, then. It's computer. Access denied. Use the key. Surprising. Number 14. There's no reason you have to defeat enemies. But if you leave them, you may have a harder time traveling around. Later on. What is that supposed to mean? Okay, if it just said that we might have a hard time traveling around, present time, then I would understand that. It's hard to do puzzles and examine things with enemies around. But that later on scares me. Is this like a Crimson Head situation or something? Jeez. Tolman's Records, March 23rd, 1988. The intruder is contained in the lab. Boss is calling him the guest. I told him it was in poor taste, but it stuck. Offered guest food and water. He took no notice of either. I can't begin to describe what's wrong with him. Boss doesn't want to call an ambulance. He doesn't want to call anyone. I suggest we shut down all root excavation. Just until we work out what's happened. Boss says we can't shut down just yet, so the machines are back on. I have a bad feeling. Think we're about to make things worse. Before I save, this appears to be a continuation of the other note. Oh, but it may not have been one of the numbered notes. The numbered notes are all single-page things. Anyway, this note appears to be a continuation of the log from the worker that came in on a Monday, only to find something made its way into a room over the weekend. I'm assuming that thing is what they're referring to now as the guest. And from what this book described, probably the product of their digging. Hence why it seemed to pop out of nowhere over the weekend. I will use this save. Scummily. First, let's see if we can do anything with these puzzles. I'm surprised. I was fairly certain we would need the computer on. Arabella and Bernadette. Arabella and Bernadette are yellow and red. Not sure if Arabella is yellow, but there's no way we can confirm that yet. Arabella and Delilah, we can confirm that now. Arabella is red, right? I didn't really see the other color that well. Arabella's red. Apologies. I have notes here, or a notepad, for editing notes, but I'll be using this for recording some gameplay stuff. Arabella is red. What was the other one here? Delilah. Is blue. Bernadette, if not red, is yellow. Okay, and that would mean green. We don't have a name for green. Whatever. I'll just mark that with a question mark. I'm only writing this down because I assume it'll come in handy later, because I don't see any way that we use that information immediately. Probably this computer. I probably didn't have to write that down, because the puzzle's in the same room as the stuff. Anyway. I was going to use this save to test the limits of my abilities, or rather, test the limits of my enemy's abilities. Alright, bitch. Not very fast, are you? Oh. I meant to use the handgun. Oof. Used a lot of ammo. I mean caution after that. A grenade and a barrel. Assuming that he didn't get like iframes or something. He has a shit ton of health, doesn't he? I also wasted a lot of shots not hitting him. Luckily he's not very fast. He does also seem to forget me if I run far away from him, which is useful. Or if I even walk. Looks like his panting is a little bit exploitable. I won't complain. Can't see his head from here. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's not funny anymore. They did say that being closer does more damage. Was that an instant kill? Interesting. And the noise is gone too. Well, I wasted a grenade, several bullets, a barrel, and a bear trap, which doesn't come back. But he's dead now. He's easily avoidable. But I don't regret killing him. I was going to save scum a little bit. I think if I were to go back, the only thing I'd want to test is if the bear trap kills him immediately. Or if it was the combined damage of the grenade, the explosion, a couple of shots, and the bear trap. I'm going to assume one grenade is more than one bullet. Now onto the question of health. I think we only took 1 damage going from fine to caution. Unless there's something above fine that I forgot. I'll take a little bit more damage before I commit to a health kit. And just in case I want to test my abilities or the enemy again, I'll save to a new slot. Rotating saves, rotating saves. Now I unlocked a few things other than this. What's that noise? Is that just ambiance? Didn't actually check if there were more enemies over this way. Oh right, I went right up against the wall here. Could have used the explosive electrical thingy. I don't really want anything to do with this guy, I just want to see what was in that stall. Shit. Okay, that only brought me up 1. That's good to know at least. Shit. Now I'm mad. Well, I know the limits of how far I can run, or how close I can get to them while running. Just thought I could dash by him, but he's actually pretty quick to attack. Mara's not looking too good. Sorry about that. There's no point in not using this, I don't think. Pretty sure this is as healthy as we can be. And I came here for nothing, didn't I? It smells so bad, oh my god. I shot you in the first episode. I shot you through the floor, and you made a blood pool. You should be dead. I guess I will have to come back here later. I forgot about this. So it's not too bad that he's dead. Although this is the second time I've killed you, So I wouldn't be surprised if you came back a third time. I would be pissed though. Just because things changed a bit, I want to check in on our friend. This area at least seems safe. Hey buddy. Are you done? Can we leave? No, sorry. What? Why? What are you doing? I have to find Edward Crow. The owner? Mara, the park shut down ages ago. He won't be here. He's here. I have to talk to him. Why? There's something I have to tell him. And there's something more than just investigating. I thought this was her job. Well, maybe it's both, job and personal. Mara, I want to leave. I can't. Sorry. As seen by Tolman. I think Tolman was the mole? Maybe. Reported by Natalie, the daughter, that's right. And this is Crow's car. Wait, looks like I missed something after all. Nope. That's a health kit, isn't that? Health pack? No, that's just another one of these green things. Bamboo. In my head it's bamboo, but it's probably just a pipe or something. Okay. Let's go ahead and confirm that. Tolman the Mole reported the missing Edward Crow, the Trailblazer. Blazer. Or rather, he was last seen by Tolman, but the report actually came in from Natalie Crow, Autumn's child. And then there's this guy, Douglas Pike, building up the park. All the players are in place, and apparently Mara is one of them, if she has something to tell the guy. I could scum the save a bit, get back those health kits I used. But I won't. Probably inadvisable on hard mode. But I have a little bit of honor. Just a little bit. Despite all the desperate measures I took. Anyway, now would be a good time to take a break.